got stage fright all of a sudden.
Okay, I see you on here.
Yeah.
This
All
is
right.
live.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Are we live?
I don't know. Partially.
You're warm.
Okay,
All right.
I think we're good.
Okay. You should ask somebody.
Yeah, coming out.
Yeah.
I think it's working now. I'm gonna play something else.
Play something
Whatever.
else. Bob, accompany him. Bob's slow and steady. Foundation.
Welcome to String Theory, partially live here
Mostly live.
on the road at G&G Music in Antigonish,
God's country.
God's country,
The Highland heart of Nova Scotia.
the Highland heart of Nova
Oh.
Scotia, and we are proud to be here with you because we weren't there for a second, and
Now we're back.
nobody knows what happened, and
Stressful,
And I
wasn't
saved
it?
the day.
I'm kind of afraid now
Ginger
that
did save the day.
she mostly did, yes. So what are you gonna do?
You know what's really funny?
But
My bird's on his shoulder. It is. Right there. Whoops.
Put your bird on my shoulder.
Look me in the eye and love me.
baby.
yes, that.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't believe I just soiled a Boucher like that. Welcome to String Theory. We're here at my best buddy in the world here. I'm just outside looking at this place and remember when it was half the size that it is, and he had an unlimited number of lines, and now he's got every freaking guitar you could imagine in this place,
And a tiki hut.
and a tiki hut, and a strange native drum that we can't figure out what it's for. And yeah, it's good to be back with you every Wednesday night, always here at the same place. And String Theory.
Same time, different place.
Same time,
Yeah.
different place. So let's say hello to our partners, Boucher, Recording King, Gallagher, Yamaha, Alvarez-Yairi, James Martin Guitars, Audio Sprockets, Apollo Picks, D'Addario Canada. I said Yamaha, I believe. Yeah, there's a lot. G&G Music, of course.
Fantasy music.
And Fantasy Music in Halifax, and any number of other people that are just wandering in all the time going, we want to be part of String Theory.
D'Addario.
I said D'Addario, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And we don't keep the list in front of us. We do these little live shows. 'Cause
Hakatsuru?
this is a different... What?
Hakatsuru.
Yes.
Yeah, they
sponsored by
their
Saki.
Saki sponsor.
Sponsored by Saki.
Supported by, perhaps.
Supported by Saki.
How much?
I don't know how much support that is. Or that's even something we should be talking about. But
Do you feel road weary?
not much.
It was a drive up here.
It was a thunderous drive.
It was a thunderous
Drive for me.
early
Yeah.
summer drive.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah.
There was a lot of there's a lot of sore faces on there.
There was.
Ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, not so much on Ginger, but me and Chris are. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a lot
We're
of
half
facial,
laughed out.
a lot of facial fatigue.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what about Capo Corner? I guess there's really not much to talk about right now.
I don't think anybody has passed away in the last week.
No, that's good.
That we know of.
Yep. And well, we're in one of our partner stores, right? This is the main one, right?
Do you know a
So-
fact about this place?
What's that?
This is the most music store per square foot in all of Canada.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Holy God.
That's a true story.
Yeah, it's humongous.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that though. There's a lot of stuff, and also tonight, why we're here with Glenn is because this is the giveaway night.
This is a big night.
This is a big night. We're gonna give away our Series 9 Recording King OM.
It's right over there.
I just was playing it over there. It's just a beautiful little guitar, and yeah, so it's a lot of fun. This is a great time. Glenn's been my buddy for 25 years, and he helped me, as you well know, helped me get involved with Lakewood guitars, and we had a great time with those guys, and still do. Like Glenn's still the #1 Lakewood dealer in North America, and then when I got in touch with Robin at Boucher and stuff, I brought those over here, And now Glenn is the #1 Boucher dealer in the world.
And there's a ton of Boucher guitars here.
Yeah, there is a ton, including a JP Cormier model back there on the stand, which is one of the rarest birds ever, although it's become one of their best-selling guitars. So just a good time all around.
Glenn is so dedicated, he's behind the counter waiting for customers.
Oh, yeah, he's
And
just
right
still
now,
sitting here waiting for people to walk in.
Open sign still flashing.
Oh, yeah, yeah. He's a hopeful guy.
Yeah. How many guitar strings did you sell tonight?
Yeah, one. Yeah. Yeah, poor guy came in and bought one A string. And, of course, we have Bob here as well.
This is
Bob.
Bob.
Bob's wearing a sign that says, I love Boucher guitars. I taught JP everything.
Yeah.
There was a point in time where it said, I taught... There
he goes.
you can see.
Not now, Bob. Not now. Thank you. Bob's got a solo worked out for later.
Oh, yeah, he's going to rip it up after a while. And, of course, the lovely Ginger's in the house, and my good buddy, Mr. Chris Coote.
Ginger's our DD for tonight.
Yes, she is.
Our delicious driver.
Our delicious driver. So, there you go.
Yep.
First question goes to
Super chat from Jeff Gallant.
Hey,
Jeff Gallant. I hope
Has a
you're...
ticket for the PI show.
You better have a
Nice.
ticket or I'm going to beat you with something.
PE1.
Well, it's more of a comment. Good evening, brothers and Ginger. Ticket is bought for Brackley in July. Hope to meet you in person and buy you that beer.
Sounds good to me.
What is that?
No worries with that, Jeff. We'll be there. Might even talk this arsehole into coming with us.
Well, I think we'll all be there with bells on.
Yeah, we could well be.
Chickens on.
And chickens.
Yeah.
Put your
Bird
on. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Yeah, next. Mike Angel from Serbia.
Hey, Mike
Whoa.
Angel from Serbia.
I think he's been here before.
Yep.
Good to see you again, Mike. Thank you for coming in all the way from the other side of the world.
What time is it in Serbia?
Way tomorrow.
Yeah, early-ish.
tomorrow.
Yeah, early
Yeah.
morning, I think. He says, I have an Epiphone Master Built series, full massive. Is this a level of quality like inspired by Gibson?
No, it's not. It's a different. It's two different divisions of Epiphone. The Master Built series, while they can be amazing, they're not built in the same place, I believe, as the inspired by Gibsons, and don't use the same materials. Master Builts often have laminates in them, depending on what model you have, but the inspired by Gibsons are all solid. And but there's Epiphone is just killing it right now. They're building guitars that just freak me right out. And I just got another one about a week ago that I will be reviewing that is all solid oven call, Sitka top, blinged out to the max. It's a $1,000 guitar. Like, it's unbelievable what they're doing for the money. Same as companies like Sigma, which I'm going to talk about tonight. I'm now playing. That was a person we forgot to thank. It was Sharon Green at Coast Music, who does Sigma, Vox. What's the other? Hagstrom. These companies are they're Chinese-made instruments, but they're made. Yeah, but they're made from American design, Swedish design, German design, and they just get it right. And a lot of these instruments, you look at it and say, well, there's no way that's solid wood, but it is.
It sounds
it's all solid.
of dollars better than it's priced.
So again, like I've been saying for the last year and a half, whereas you can obviously spend thousands of dollars on a boutique guitar, which is my greatest advice to anybody is to buy an heirloom instrument like a Boucher or a Lakewood or a custom made, a Bourgeois, a Collings, like these guys. They're heirloom quality. They'll be played 100 years after they're built, right? If you want a great guitar right now that's a quarter of that, there's all these companies that do it. And as far as I'm concerned, and I know this from dealing with all these companies every day, that there used to be much more competition and prejudice against cheap guitars by big makers, right? Like when I was a kid, if you didn't own a Martin or a Gibson, you didn't own a guitar.
No.
They'd look at a Yamaha and say, that's garbage, it's laminate, it's $300, garbage. And they'd look at a whatever, and that's garbage, right? You had to pay the whatever,
Yeah.
the $1,200, $1,500
You had to pay to
for
play.
a D28 or whatever. Nowadays, you still have these boutique instruments, plus you have all these great makers that are building basically American and European designs in these Chinese luthier shops. They're not
Yep.
factories. Very few
It's
of
not
these.
a line built guitar.
No.
Yeah.
Many of these companies don't use line builds at all, and they're coming out at $1,000 and $1,200.
You
and
can't argue with
No.
the sound of that Sigma.
No, you can't.
It's
And,
great.
So it's awesome that you can and a store like this, Glenn knows this and has known it for years, and that's why you can walk in this store and you can see the $7,000 Boucher, or you can see the $300 Recording King that'll satisfy, any beginner and some pro players who want that old retro
Yeah.
sound that they know they can beat the crap out of the guitar and it's not going to
Gonna hold
matter.
up.
Yeah, and
That's
it's going to hold up. So yeah, if you've got a good master built Epiphone, hang on to it, because if it's a good one, it's a good one. That's the bottom line. If it's not, well then it's not that big a deal to trade something like that off, because you didn't invest a lot of money in it, right? And if you did decide to trade it off, I would definitely be trading it for an inspired by Gibson model, because I just think they're better built than anything that Epiphone's doing right now.
Yeah.
And a lot of the reissues that they're doing, like the one I just got, the Excellente, crazy. There was only 138 of them made from 1957 to 1971. They were built right beside the Gibsons out of the same woods in Kalamazoo. And now they've reissued this guitar from the Chinese shop, and it's unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's one of the nicest guitars I've ever seen. So, and it was $1,200. Like, get out of town, right?
What was the old Yamaha you just played
Yeah.
up there that came in used?
There's an LL25 on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
This thing sounds like $1 million.
this guitar is, I don't know, it's got to be 30 years old
Yeah.
or more.
Yeah.
And Glenn has it here for sale. This guitar was built in the shop at Hamamatsu. Look at the torrefied top on this.
Yeah. It's got its little
This
dings
is
and stuff. but
this guitar is 30 years old,
It's experienced.
and they still had this toner technology that long ago,
Yeah.
right? Which in those days it's just a liquid toner. They didn't have torrefaction.
Right.
But I mean, it's got beautiful inlay on it.
The top is
the
as
back and the
flat
sides
and-
are solid Indian rosewood. And you can pick this guitar up here for $600, $650, right? And it's an absolute cannon. And it's, I mean, people who,
That'll ring into the middle of next week.
it will. I mean, and people who pshaw, Asian guitars in general are making a big mistake.
That's a nice
And
rig.
yeah, that's a beautiful guitar, and I'm a big Yamaha fan, of course, and Robin is too. Me and Robin have talked a lot about these guitars that came out of that shop in Japan, and because they really are spectacular.
Now, Glenn, since that's a used guitar, you've got it's on for what, $600?
$650.
And easy terms here at G&G Music. Oh, yeah. No interest, no payments for 6 months, no credit cards, just cash right friggin' now.
Yeah, there you go.
And you can walk out the door. How much better can you get than that?
Not much.
Right.
Connect. That was a long answer, but it was an interesting question. So,
We have super chat from Kevin O'Hanley.
Kevin
Kevin
O'Hanley.
Hey,
We're
that
closer
can
to you right now than we've been in a
Yeah.
long time, buddy.
we're halfway there.
Yes, sir.
He says, hello, folks. You're sitting in a great music store. Say
We
hello
are.
to Glenn."
Amen.
Hi, Glenn.
Hi, Glenn.
Right on.
Glenn?
Glenn,
Kevin
go
says
tell.
hi.
Oh, hi.
Kevin? Glenn says hi back.
Next is from Eli Patrick Music.
Eli
Hey.
Patrick Music, formerly Bluegrass.
Two-part question. Hey, Johnny Honest. What are your thoughts on Blue Ridge guitars?
Johnny, honest.
He calls them all the time. I own 2 of them and I like them very much. Also, could I string an upright bass with a garden hose?
Yes, you could.
Yeah. Totally.
As for Blue Ridge, I think Blue Ridge makes great guitars, but this has only been my personal experience with them. I owned a BR 125, which was basically a vintage D45, and much like the Sigma that I could show you right now. And I loved that guitar, but it developed a hump right there, which made it impossible to set the action. And it got so bad. I remember I was on a tour called The Way We Feel. It was a tribute to Gordon Lightfoot. And it was so bad that when I finally got to Toronto, I sold it and traded it off on something else. It started out fantastic. And they make really interesting guitars because they, I believe, were the first guitars to actually come out with... Okay, I'll tell you this quick story. The first time I ever seen a Blue Ridge that was a high-end model, it was a Brazilian rosewood guitar. And a friend of mine in Shettycamp had it, and he was known as a bit of an exaggerator. He told tall tales. We all loved him, but he was telling everybody that he had this Brazilian rosewood guitar.
You keep saying Brazilian.
What did I say?
Brazilian.
He's giggling about Brazilians.
Yeah.
Brazilian. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I went over to his house thinking, and he told everybody that he bought this guitar for $1,000. And I knew at the time that to get Brazilian rosewood on back and sides from any maker was instantly an extra $4,500. So I went over there and I saw the guitar and I played it, and it wasn't that good. And it looked like Brazilian, but I told my buddy, I said, you know, this is not really Brazilian. It's a laminate. No. Oh no, goddamn, it's the real thing. And you couldn't tell him any other way. And I thought for years that I was right. Guess what? I was wrong. Those guitars were Brazilian rosewood. And how they managed to sell them for no money, I don't know. I'm at a loss for how that was ever done. And you're talking about a wood that had a moratorium on it, right? First of all, it's illegal.
Yeah.
Unless you had it already. Where the hell did it come from? Obviously, it came from China, but it was just really weird. And so, you know, a few years after that, I started to see them popping up here and there, and I finally bought that. I think it was. I think it was a BR 250. It was completely inlaid everywhere, like a D45. It had a incredibly ornate headstock, beautiful everything, right? And it sounded good. It was a good sounding guitar. But like I said, it's failed. It failed as soon as I took it out on the road, and I sold it, and I never owned another one. I've seen many of them on the road, people playing them. They sound great. They look good. But I think it's probably a company like Recording King, and like, you know, there's other companies where, well, all kinds of them, you know, any company that's factory made, doesn't matter if it's a Martin or a Gibson or what it is, you're going to get bad ones. Yeah. Because there's so many of them being built, right? Yeah. I mean, Martin builds 13,000 guitars a year. You just can't do that kind of...
Well, we've seen a friend of ours had a bad one from one of our favorite builders.
Right.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
It just, you couldn't get it to sound right.
No.
Couldn't get it to play right.
And that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So if you have a nice Blue Ridge and you like it, keep it. That goes for any make you own. If it's a killer guitar, don't part with it. Yeah. It's just that simple. Just, you know, if you want a new guitar, think carefully before you trade it, because it's just as well that you spend a little extra money and just buy a second guitar, because guitars get more valuable with age, right? So it's it's never a bad idea to keep an instrument because you just don't know what it will be worth
Should always have
in
3 or
20
4.
years. Yeah, you just don't know what it'll be worth.
They open up over time.
They open
sound
up
better
they
over
sound
time.
better, they develop, they age, they grow, and the demand for them changes. So, like, I'm sure that people that threw red label Yamahas in the garbage 40 years ago are kicking their ass because this was a guitar that cost $200, and now you can have to pay $2,000 to buy them when they're in mint condition. If you can find one in mint condition or playable condition, you're still looking at $1,500 for a $200 guitar originally, right? And so yeah, keep it. Blue Ridge is cool. I love those guys down in the States there. Sega Music, they do a lot of great instruments. Glenn knows about. Glenn deals with Sega all the time. So if you ever want anything from that catalog, this is the man to order it because he can order anything you want from that company.
We're open right now.
We're open right now.
Yeah.
863-1656. There you go. Next.
Super chat from Tim Bennett.
Tim Bennett. It's in those.
Tim Bennett.
It seems that 4-string triple-O tenor guitars may be enjoying a renaissance. Have you played one? Are they versatile enough to be a main instrument?
No, they are not. Tenor guitars, I love tenor guitars, and I wish I had one, but they're very specialist instrument. The way that I have heard them used that I love is backup for southern fiddle playing. Like the Texas fiddlers always had a tenor player in the band,
They've got such a sound that's all their own.
Yeah, and they sing.
Character.
They
and,
sing, right?
Yeah, it's a perfect accompaniment instrument.
Yeah, because they're tuned like a mandolin. So you play mandolin chords on them. And in the case of a tenor guitar, you can do all the barred chords, right? So you might play a shape here and just slide the same shape way up the neck, play the 4 and the 5, and it's just gorgeous because it gets so high, right? And that's it. I mean, I saw like Tim O'Brien used to use I guess you'd call it a mandola, which was a double coursed instrument with a mandolin, giant mandolin neck, but an arch top guitar body. It was built by Nugget. Mike Chemnitzer is the guy who builds them. He's out in the States there somewhere in the West. And he used that guitar as a main instrument all the time, but it's a double coursed instrument. It's 8 strings instead of 4. So yeah, the tenor guitar for me and is more of an accompanying instrument for instrumental music. Now, mind you, I've also seen a guy that we all know here named Joel Plaskett.
Yep.
Uses tenor guitars all the time, and they are killer.
They are.
And he uses this old 60-year-old horrible. He gets them and he refurbs them and they sound
like $1 trillion.
Yeah. So I mean, it depends on the kind of music you're playing and what you intend to put
it's a
with
really
it.
earthy tone and character
is.
that they have to them, and they can when used in the right situation, they're amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah. What you did? What? Oh, you played a tenor guitar. Okay. You only learned the one chord on it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good though.
He
It's a
is.
good time.
Yeah. It's quick. Next.
A super chat from Ben Wood.
Ben Wood. I know that's nobody we've seen.
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, welcome. You seem new, so welcome.
Welcome to the shop, Ben.
Hey JP, have you seen that about 4 months ago, Yairi started posting videos about their process up there in Kani? Am I saying that?
Kani, Japan. Yeah.
Really cool stuff that you and everyone should check out if you haven't.
Yep, I'm well aware of everything that goes on up there. The CEO of Alvarez-Yairi, St. Louis Music, Chris Meikle, has become a very good friend of mine over the last year and has helped me, get involved big time with Yairi, and I'm very appreciative of him and the company. And he's told me all kinds of stories about that place, and like you walk in it and all of the floors and walls are made out of mahogany. And every single piece of furniture in the building was built by one of the luthiers.
In the plant.
There's nothing in there from a store.
Right.
Every seat, every chair, every table, the counter, everything is built by the guys working in the shop out of the most beautiful exotic woods you've ever seen. And it's just a magical place. And well, it should be. You know, they've been the Yairi, so it's really supposed to be pronounced Yairi.
You okay? Do you need to burp you?
No.
Okay.
Yairi, Yairi, so it's supposed to be pronounced. They've been building guitars through that family for 80 years. Longer than Yamaha, longer than any of those builders, right? So it's a pretty cool place. And like Hamamatsu, where they build these guitars for Yamaha, it's the same deal. The guy's been there since 1966, right? And that's all they've done is these handmade design, these one-off guitars that you can find them, but if you don't find them when they first come out, boy, good luck, because you're not going to find them, right? Because they just get bought up like that and they're gone, right? So yeah, I'm a huge fan. Obviously, I love my Yairi.
We saw some great Alvarez guitars last week over at Stephen McNeil's place.
That's true, and we have the bluegrass model here too, which apparently Glenn can't even keep in stock, because one of the very first comparisons I ever did on the channel was between the BG60 and my D28 Clarence White Martin, right? And very few people told the difference. And there's so many people that went and bought them because they're a great guitar for $700. Holy, and they're all solid. It's insane. It's all solid mahogany, beautiful Sitka. Sounds like a cannon, you know? So, yeah. I think I should play a Boucher. I know I already did, but...
Hey, I'm playing a Boucher right here.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yes, sir.
You hear it?
Let's see. Here's a good one. This is the BG52.
Beautiful top.
This is the Rocket.
Yeah.
I just got my one of these. Every Boucher tempers exactly the same way.
Not now, Bob. Exactly. The consistency of that up and down the neck is amazing.
It's just because this guitar in particular just sounds so
Smooth
old.
and well behaved.
Yeah.
How it's
it's old. It just sounds like that old tight 50-year-old Martin. You know what I mean?
Look
Like
at the
everybody.
grain on the top.
Yeah,
of
I
this.
know. Like it's just stupid.
There's a request for you to play your set that ends with a Q, Jake, if you're looking for something else to play.
Yeah. Good God. It's just obscene. It's obscene that anybody can build guitars like that. But yeah, it's almost hard to play a Boucher, you know, because you can't talk about nothing else after you play it. It's just like, what else are you gonna say? Well, there you go. That just ate everything in the room. But here's a Yamaha.
That's like a silk glove.
It is, but again, it's what I say all the time. Like, if you spend the money on that guitar, you will never ever regret
You
it.
deserve
You'll
it to
never
sound like
regret it.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you'll never regret it, right? You won't. And if you if you don't have that kind of money, there's all the other things that we talk about
Yep.
to get you into a great guitar
Mm-hmm.
while you save some money, right? It's all about, and I said it in one of my last videos, and the people have been talking to me about it on the comment section. Any guitar, doesn't matter what the guitar is, any single guitar could be the one that inspires you to play more. It doesn't matter if it costs $800 or $8,000. As long as you get inspired to play more, that's all you want. That's the biggest thing, right?
It's all about the feel, isn't it?
Yeah. And you don't know.
Yeah.
And I think the quote I said, somebody mentioned it today. The quote I think I said was, any guitar is capable of altering your life, which it is. You can, if you think that you're at a brick wall and you're playing and you don't know where to go, and you think, maybe I should get a new guitar, and you walk into a shop like this one, and there's 25 guitars in here that are all killer, and you go through all of them, you don't know which one will be the one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a Boucher. Maybe it's a Recording King.
Maybe it's a Sigma.
Maybe it's a Sigma. Maybe it's a Lakewood.
Could be an Alvarez.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know until you put your hands on it, because every guitar speaks differently to every player.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm kind of a freak because I love all guitars, and I can make pretty well any guitar sound okay, right? Some are really easy to sound okay, like a Boucher. Like there's no effort in that, right? But I can play anything, but there's only certain things that inspire me. I'm like, oh, now I'm really gonna play, because I look at, you just get the feeling, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Next.
We have a super chat from Caper Here.
Caper Here.
I don't know if it's the same person. That
Caper away, Caper here.
Caper away has come home, so now they're Caper Here.
Hopefully so.
Yeah.
Is a comment. Say, I have some mahogany from Belize, the old stuff, not plantation grown.
Nice. You should hold on to that,
Mm-hmm.
because potentially you could give it to, depending on where you are, there are several good guitar players, guitar builders right here on the East Coast, like Gagnon in Pictou County, especially Gagnon, because he's the only one that I think in the Maritimes that's actually building like that level of guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could give that wood to him and say, build me an OM, build me whatever, right? And there you have it. That would be a very unique experience,
For sure.
to be able to give a luthier your own
Your own
wood.
wood.
Here, build a guitar to this,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, and there is a huge difference between plantation wood and wood harvested naturally, right? Plantation wood trees, I think, are the smaller of the two options, and probably also meaning the grain is not as good as opposed to a tree that gets harvested naturally.
Mm-hmm.
That's ancient.
The wood would be tighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe it fell
More
over
solid.
in a fire, maybe it got knocked down. Like, they usually aren't, destroyed by logging. They don't do that for those species very much. They're almost endangered. So, yeah, that'd be cool.
Mm.
A super chat from Sonia H.
Sonia H.
Another comment. I got my fantasy package, had an Elixir 1152s, a leatherette pick case with a variety of picks,
Sweet.
and a pair of strap locks.
Cool. That's
Didn't have the t-shirts yet. Thanks again, JP.
awesome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
That was from Fantasy. That's good. That's good. Next.
Super chat from Gerard O'Connor.
Gerard O'Connor from Ireland. Fiddly-dee potatoes.
Fiddly-dee. New potatoes.
New potatoes. We got
new-
potatoes growing, Gerard.
Yeah, we've got new potato
We
season.
got brand new potatoes. Yes.
Hi JP, what do the country bluegrass pickers think of your trad improvisations and triplets on guitar? I bet they're jealous. Love these Wednesday nights.
Did he say what did the
Trad.
The trad
country
players.
players?
Sorry, the country bluegrass pickers.
Oh, they near shit. They don't know what to do. It's not. That's how I've made my living. Is playing Americana and then being able to seamlessly slip into Celtic music.
Yeah.
But it's only because of where I'm from, right? So when I do this kind of stuff, especially in the States, when I get around other players, like I remember being, when Skaggs came up and played Celtic Colors, I got in the backstage with Cody Kilby, Skaggs' guitar player, who's one of the best flat pickers in the whole world. And we were playing tunes, and he happened to fall on the Temperance Reel. Well, he just ripped the shit out of that tune, like everywhere, like just insanity, right? So I couldn't beat that. So I thought, well, I'll play a little bit of it straight, and then I'll start playing the Celtic version of it with the cuts and the
Triplets and
He
stuff.
nearly shit in his clothes. He looked at me, and his mouth came open. And he looked over at the banjo player and went like this.
Yeah.
Look what he's doing. Look what like.
I think he was saying, "Let's get out of here."
Yeah, and they were so blown away by it. They were like, "We got to do this on stage. They got to hear this." I said, "They've already heard it. I want them to hear you.
Yeah.
They've already heard me
Well, it's
do
an
this,
influence.
right?"
It's like an influence that they would not have heard.
Yeah, like it's so unexpected for them that they don't realize it's commonplace.
Right.
Like, I mean, look at Dave McIsaac and Gordy Sampson and Dakota McNamara and Kiffy Carter, right? These guys that's all they do,
Yeah.
is play straight Cape Breton fiddle tunes with every ornament. It's still in place, only with a plectrum,
Yeah.
right? Like, holy crap, how it's not easy, right? So I can understand why they kind of freak out, but I always enjoy playing with those guys because they're pretty easily impressed by that. And
Yeah.
it's for us, it's just the way that we
Monday.
play. It's Monday. It's just Monday.
We're spoiled here.
Yeah, we're spoiled. We have the greatest players in the world here in the Maritimes. So there you go.
Awesome.
Next.
Super chat from Larry Rogers.
Larry.
Oh yeah.
Larry Rindress, he's with us in Antigonish. Larry Rindress, he's a special dish. Larry Rindress, he's here with us in Antigonish. Glenn is playing, Bob is playing, and Chris is drinking a water.
We'll send you wheel pizza from Antigonish, Larry.
Larry Rindress, receiver of the second official theme song of String Theory.
Mm-hmm.
What's Larry saying?
He says, "What a great bunch of people to share a Wednesday with. Thank you all."
You're quite welcome,
Thank you.
my friend. Thanks for being with us for like a year now, every night, every Wednesday night.
We talk about you all, don't we? We actually do.
We do.
We
You've
wonder
become
what-
part of our family.
Yeah, you wonder what you guys are doing.
One day we're all going to get together
Mm-hmm.
somewhere on a Wednesday night.
When Ginger lets us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a Wednesday night,
Thanks a
we're
lot,
all going to
Ginger.
get together somewhere and do String Theory Live, all in the same room with all these special people that have supported us and supported Glenn and Stephen, and like this is it's a family affair.
You
These
know
people
Larry
have been
will
with us
show
for
up,
over
right?
a year, you know.
But you don't know if Cam will take some
Oh,
time out of his busy
Cam,
schedule. to
oh
show
yeah,
up.
Cam's coming. He
I
can't
don't
miss
know
it.
about that guy.
He can fly after Friday, he said. He told me
Well,
today.
I don't know.
He might show up in PEI.
Well, that'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
What a hell! One of these nights is going to be a blistering night.
Blister and hoedown.
Blistering hoedown. Next,
We have another super chat from Ben Wood.
Ben Wood, back again.
I'm trying to get Yari to post some video of them making my FYM 66 HD, or at least QCing it. Can you
Yeah.
put in a word for me? It's due in September.
I unfortunately wouldn't be able to do that. I don't have that kind of pull with them, but whoever you ordered the guitar through, perhaps, would be the people to contact. I just don't know. I know exactly why you want to see it. I'd want to see it too, but I don't know. Perhaps, you never know, perhaps Chris Meikle or somebody around there will hear this broadcast and maybe go, yeah, I can help him see that guitar being built. but you are getting a killer guitar. That's one of the ones that pretty sure that's one of the ones I reviewed. I don't know which it's. Yeah, I'm still not. I still haven't got all the model numbers memorized because there's so many of them. But I think it was the all mahogany body, OM. And if not, it's the big dreadnought. It's the Honduran mahogany. What a guitar. Drool City.
Say that again? It's the same noise you make after a whole bucket of chicken.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well, during.
During the bucket of
During. Next.
Another question from Jeff.
Jeff Gallant.
Have you guys thought about string theory face masks?
Oh, yeah.
What would
We
they
should.
be?
I don't know.
Something different than us,
With
maybe.
a beer can being it. Yeah.
Jeff started
No,
looking at
just
us.
JP's face. Like
Yeah.
JP's goatee on a mask.
Yeah. And your whiskers.
Old man whiskers.
Yeah. Your chin muscles.
So many things I can't say right now.
Next.
Next is Kellen Donovan.
All right.
Hey JP, could you name the 2 tunes you played after McNabb's hornpipe in the fiddle show the other week?
No. Absolutely
with
not. I don't.
Could you have named them while you were playing them?
No. There's a good possibility I wouldn't know. No. I don't know what I played.
Would Skim and Kip remember?
No. No. Fiddlers, our kind of fiddlers, don't know what the hell they're doing.
It's muscle memory.
It's all muscle memory.
Yeah.
We're putting medleys together on the fly, and the next tune is never the same, and it's based upon your level of alcohol at the time and who you're playing with. And that's
So
it.
true.
That's it.
I don't know names anyway.
Yeah, they all have names. It's probably
Chimney.
it's probably the Laird of Drumblair's
I
wife,
do remember those.
the Surgeon General's
I do
arsehole.
remember those that you played.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
The first one was Fiddle-Dee-Dee.
Fiddle-
The next one
it's
was
potatoes. Yeah. Next.
Another super chat from Jeff.
What time is it? We don't want to go over. We have a big
15
night tonight.
minutes. Another super chat from Jeff Gland.
Jeff Gallant.
He says, "Okay, boys, I have to ask, how did you get Cheech to stop in and play guitar behind you?" Bob
He
is a very
does.
special agent name, of course.
He
Oh
does.
yeah. He's always been here. That's the man. Glenn, is there anything you'd like us to touch on while we're here?
Don't be creepy.
Do a little,
What would you like us to? Anything you'd like us to feature?
freestyle?
Well, no, you're doing good. Just keep going.
All right.
It's a great show.
All right.
You want to do
Okay.
a little walkabout?
No. I'm going to show some other guitars. I want to show
You
that
got to show
Lakewood.
the Sigma.
Yeah, and I want to show this Lakewood.
Mm-hmm.
And we've already seen. I mean, if you haven't seen this guitar played, you already have. I've done it so many times. But that guitar there.
Want to take it down?
It's that guitar there is likely the best guitar in this whole store.
Yeah, agreed.
It's
It's a monster.
they're just unbelievable. And I've played now, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 of them. And they're just so incredibly consistent. Yep. Get out of town.
It's in Glen tuning.
Ugh. What a guitar. I can't believe my name is on this instrument. I just can't, I can never get over that.
They're so consistent.
They're so consistent. Like this guitar feels exactly like my number one. And I'm sure that this is, I don't even know what number this is. This has become one of their best-selling guitars in the world because it's so incredible. It's a small body that sounds like a dreadnought. And it's got this wicked cutaway, 12-fret neck.
The headstock is to die
Yeah,
for.
the design of the guitar is just so good. So clean, so perfect. There's not one thing out of place on this guitar. And it's worth every friggin' dime. There's just no question. And if you were to get a guitar company like Collings or Bourgeois or somebody in the States to build this guitar, it would be $3,000 more. I know because we priced it. I was curious as to what an instrument just like this with these appointments would be. And it's not pretty. They charge a ton of money. And so yeah. What do you get this one on for? 60?
68, but I'll throw in a free pickup to 64.
Yep, $6,400.
Worth every cent. Yeah.
It's an heirloom quality guitar. There's just no question.
The finish on that,
Yeah,
you can't. The camera would not do it justice.
Torrefied Adirondack. And that's Robin's own recipe. Like you can hear. It's like a timpani.
Mm.
Just
I love
everywhere
all the
range,
binding on it. The color
Yep,
of it.
yep. It's one hell of a guitar.
Yeah.
But I
Get
hate.
the
I mean,
side shot, Ginger.
Oh yeah.
Look at the colors there.
Yeah.
Just how nice that is.
I talk about these all the time. I feel kind of almost bad because I talk about them so much. But what the hell? They're incredible.
Yeah.
I wanted to show you this one too. This is an example of Chinese lutherie that's just gone over the top. Now, this guitar is an exact replica of a D45 from the late 60s when Sigma first actually stole the plans from Martin, started building them under their own name. Martin sued them and then realized how good the guitars were and said, well, why don't you just build them under our name? So they did. And they lasted till the early 80s and then stopped because they just ran out of material and will to build them. But this guitar here, this is the wrong one, Chris.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I knew there was something strange about that. It's the one right beside it in the middle.
Hard to
That
get
one.
help.
Yeah.
There it goes. Okay.
Sorry.
Hard to get
This
good
is the
help.
one.
It is hard to get good help.
There we go. This is the one. Look at the tight of the grain of that top.
The tight of the grain.
The tight of the grain.
Good word in the sentence doing.
It is, thank you. So this guitar is an exact replica of a 45. And the only difference in this instrument, it's all solid back and sides, solid rosewood, solid sides, back. The only difference in this guitar between a regular 45 is that they use green abalone instead of blue. And I'm sorry to tell you, but the green abalone is just as pretty as anything I've ever seen. And it's if this were blue abalone, it's on every single seam of the guitar, back, sides, and front. You're looking at $5,000 worth of shell alone. This guitar sells for $1,300. And I was playing it before we started, and it's an absolute cannon. It's just got such a great voice. Now, regardless of anything, this guitar costs 10% of what a D45 costs. A Martin with all of this same appointment, basically the same woods. Now, obviously, it's not a Martin, but it's damn close. Costs $13,000. and I just don't see where it's worth it. I can't see it, because I've seen so many Martins fall apart, mine included. I bought a 45 years ago, 15 years ago, and the whole bridge came off after 6 months. And I've owned these guitars before for years and toured with them. They do not come apart. The binding doesn't fly off, the bridge don't come off, the abalone doesn't fall out. And these are things that are happening to expensive guitars,
That's
right?
a spectacular looking
It is. It's
guitar.
just unbelievable.
It's catching the light everywhere.
It's just gorgeous. Every side of it is just amazing. And for $1,300, $1,400, I mean, how can you beat it? She's a badass, just a beast guitar. So yeah, there's a Sigma for you. Jesus, we better, yeah, we're gonna go over the super chats real quick and just make sure, because we got to do the giveaway, which is gonna happen fairly shortly.
Wowza.
Yeah, isn't that great?
That is a great guitar.
I love it. Okay, just love it. Now some people don't like all the bling. Right?
That's tasteful.
I
That's
love
not-
bling.
That's tasteful bling.
I love bling because I love that Martin.
Yeah.
That's my dream Martin, is a D45. If I could afford one, well, I could afford one. I could make it happen and afford one, but I'm afraid to buy one. I don't want to spend $12,900 plus tax and shipping, Canadian, mind you. And then 6 months, it's in the shop. It's happened many, many times.
Yeah.
And Jesus, just bothers me. They used to just build better guitars. And maybe they'll, Gibson's doing it.
Maybe
Look
we
what
should
Gibson's
just maybe we should take this one home
Oh, we might.
and try it out for
Yes.
a year.
Gibson is doing exactly what I've been talking about with Epiphone. They're building great guitars for very little money that are incredible. They're all solid. They got great appointments. Why can't Martin do that? Why can't Martin go, let's build a D45 like this, but it's got a Martin on the headstock. A Martin Shenandoah. Remember those things?
Yep.
They were like a poor man's Martin, and they were fabulous guitars, but they quit doing it. Damn.
This traffic jam.
For people who are Martin fans, like I am, it sucks. It sucks. But anyhow,
You digress.
I digress. 2 super chats left, and we're going to do the giveaway.
They're quick. So one's from Tom Matthews.
Tom Matthews.
Who's huge gents and ginger. I see the dobro behind you. Do you play resonator at all?
I do. Next.
C49.
Alright then. And Tim is making fun of me. I thought that was Bruce Cockburn in the background.
Bruce Cockburn.
Awesome.
Bruce Cockburn.
I feel
All right,
naked.
guys. All right.
Oh.
I got to get
Oh,
this
also,
thing.
They want to know that they want me to tell you that they can see your bird.
Oh, my bird, yeah.
I feel naked too.
His bird is getting squeezed. Look.
Is my bird sticking out?
Yes, it is.
My bird's sticking out.
His head is hanging and choking.
So here we go. This is the Series 9 Recording King OM. Love this little guitar. You get a Sharpie in here, Glenn? You get a Sharpie in here somewhere?
Sharpie. I'm sharp as a tack. I can do it. Listen to that.
beautiful little guitar.
It's got that old-timey sound to it.
Yep, and it's a laminate instrument. I believe the top is solid, but the back and the sides are laminate. But they're so well made. Like, I've got these things at the studio, and I've had them for over a year, and they're still pristine. There's no problem with them. This one needs a little bit of a truss knock on this one, and she's perfect. And you might like this action. It's a little high for what I play, but the normal player, like I'm a weirdo, I like my stuff really, really low, but this thing still plays fantastic. So you're gonna win this. No Sharpie?
What do you need a Sharpie for?
Sign the guitar.
Speaking my language, there you go.
I'm gonna sign this guitar for you. Geez, the back is black.
It's back in black.
I was gonna sign it somewhere out of the way.
We could sign a sticker and put it inside.
Well, this works fine.
Yeah, okay.
This does actually show up. There you go. So nobody will even notice that unless you want to show it to them. So this is the guitar we're going to give away tonight, and
Snark.
oh, it comes with a snark tuner. What else you get? Case.
Some picks.
Case and picks.
Yep.
Signed by me, and you get a free 30-minute Zoom guitar lesson with me to be booked after we pick our winner. We can talk to each other via email and figure all that out. Okay. Gonna get out the old random number generator.
Going to be totally rando.
Totally rando.
You should push it a few times. Pick a number between 1 and 5, the number of times to push your random number.
Let's see here.
Real interesting.
Because math?
Because random?
Okay. You and I need to have a talk about random after this.
Well, the first one, never seems that random. Feels more random than the first
Hi,
one.
Okay.
Bob.
Here we go, boys.
All right.
We've got 12 people, and it's number 11.
Wow.
So that makes it be Mark Smith. Mark Smith is the grand prize winner. That was just last week.
Yeah,
He
actually,
came in.
I've got his package to send out. So
There you go.
morning.
There you go,
Mark.
Mark.
Took it all.
You're gonna get your package from last week and this stuff. That's killer. So there you go.
Sure. Yeah. Good
Right.
stuff.
Big hand for Mark
Congratulations,
Smith.
Mark.
And a big hand for Glenn Gotel. And thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. And I'd like to thank everybody.
Yeah, let's
there.
let's come over and talk to Glenn.
Yeah,
See.
I just want to thank JP and all the gang for coming down. It's
Yep.
been great. Good to have them down. And I just want to thank all the customers the last year that have supported me down through the United States and through the country.
Yeah.
All the Boucher family. So anyway, just thanks very much. And again,
Thank
nice
you,
to have
buddy.
JP down for
Yep.
an evening.
Yeah, we couldn't do it without him. And you've just been a good friend
Good
for
stuff.
many, many years for me. And yeah, we wouldn't be able to do this without you.
Well,
It's been great. It's been
Oh,
great.
it's been a great year.
It's been a
yeah.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
Lockdown and pandemic and everything.
Yeah,
We made the best of it.
and thanks for
We
your
really
support.
did.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll go. How about we go out with a Lakewood, Glenn?
Good.
Mm-hmm.
This is another one of my favorite guitars. That the guitar that actually brought me and Glenn together. Of course, we knew each other before this, but. Oh. So, from myself and the ginger one and the Cootster with the, we both sort of have chickens hanging off us.
Yeah.
We thank you very much. And I hope you never find your perfect guitar, because then you'd have to stop looking. We'll see you next week. We love you.
Stay safe, everybody.
We'll see you next Wednesday on String Theory.